Hey guys, it is now 9:32 a.m. I have put more laundry away. The dryer's clear now, which is awesome. And my work, like what would the word be? Journey is not to get motivated. It's to say, hey, you're one person. You don't have limited energy, you know, period, but you have limited energy at a time, right? Like you're a human being. And so my point is it all done? No, it's not all done, but I'm purposely like, that's my work, is be like, stop for now and do something else. Um, and so, but the facts are that the dryer is now empty, which is just exciting. And then I did my 14 push-ups and crunches. Yep, because it's a new week, so I'm doing 14. And I remember now. Oh, and I paid a bill, and at first I was like, so I'm really, I wouldn't say hyper aware, like it's all positive things, like meaning it's all productive things. Um, but I remember some more stuff about the tapping last night. I've also drank another, I think, 16 or 20 ounces of water, and he talked about how your brain's a muscle, just like any other muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? But he talked about how focus, so distraction is a muscle that's very well developed in our society, right? And it hit me, like I was like, you're speaking the truth, Um, and because you know, I'm a little curious if hopefully my brain's like, okay. And then I told myself, for now, just do these things and see if they help you, right? Type of thing. It's like I always say, labels don't actually matter. If something helps, do it. Right? Like, what freedom in that? Um, so he talked about how we need to do reps with our focus muscle because our distraction muscle is incredibly well developed, right? He was like, the brain can only handle, I think it's 7 to 9 pieces of information at one time, like a phone number. And we have a computer in our hands that a lot of times the first thing you do is you basically, and I just pictured, like, he didn't say this, but I picture like opening a door and like the entire world's information is hitting you all at once. When you've just woken up, you're in your most susceptible state, you're dehydrated. It's just like, here's everything. And we wonder why we're overwhelmed. you know? It just makes so much sense. So that was the vision I got from that. It just made me laugh because, like I said, when I did the EMDR years and years ago, after the third session, I like bolted upright in bed at like 2 a.m. and it just felt like a fire hose of memories. Like it was just, and I started writing and I immediately got so frustrated because there was no way I could write that fast. Like it was incredible. And at that moment, it wasn't bad memories. It was like hyper realistic. It was like the day before, I could not have told you who my kindergarten teacher was, but in that moment, I was on the stage, kindergarten performance. I could hear like the floorboards creaking. I could see every single person. Like, I'm telling you, oh, it gives me chills because I'm telling the truth. But also, it's like, guys, the brain is incredible, incredible. And the reason I'm posting all these things is not only for myself, but to show in real time how I felt this morning, which wasn't bad by any means, but I feel different now. And it's just like, it's so empowering. I came up with that several videos ago of empowering. It really is, because it's like all I've done is like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm working hard because there are so many external, like my conditions, the conditions I'm currently in. And I want more than anything to make it to the other side, be successful in all ways, find my partner, genuinely, and then pull other people out, because I know, guys, I know what it's like. Trust me, I know, because I'm living it. And at the same damn time, I'm really happy right now. So it's like your brain is like a laser, It's just, and then he was talking about the reticular activating system again, which I find so funny, because the whole point of the reticular activating system is, what you notice more of, kind of thing. What you pay attention to, you notice more of. And I'm literally noticing more people talking about the reticular activating system, and that just tickles my brain. Like, I love that, like the irony, or the, synchronicity. And it's just, I almost feel like, I'm not going to say this, but I'm going to say it because it's okay. I feel like I relate more to like millionaires, like these people who have the life that I want, because that's how I think too, And so it's just, it gives me so much hope, because it just makes so much sense. And I want to live an extraordinary life, live it, And I also thought of, because I know a couple times I've said, like, that's not fair. I have a radical new idea about that, because I know the pat response is, well, life's not fair, right? I think that sometimes if someone's saying, like, this isn't fair, it's because they're on the verge of breaking through it. So I think it's better to, like, I have found that frustration tells you what you're not happy about. And yes, there's some things we can't change, but there's a lot that we can. Right? So, like I said in the last video about the weather, let's say it's a stormy day or something. You might not be able to literally make the storm stop and, bring the sun, But you also do not have to be like, it's a crappy day. I'm going to have a crappy day because it's storming outside. Like, I don't know, there's this fine line between succumbing to the circumstances and truly turning it around so you are enjoying the circumstances, if that makes sense. And I can tell you from results that, and these are not the typical success results yet, like what society considers, but I went from not being able to do any push-ups, and now I'm doing, as of today, 14? I'm doing them on my knees for now on purpose to protect my ankle for now. But it's like you go from feeling disempowered, weak, frail, helpless, right? And I don't mean that in a judgmental way. I mean, that's how it feels. And then you do something. Oh, I got chills again. You do something. You take an action that isn't completely in your control, which I actually think is really important. Like when I am a life coach, because I can see myself totally doing that because I'm walking the walk. It's really important, at least at the beginning, that you take actions that are completely in your control, so you can guarantee success. It literally changes because you go from I can't do anything to I I can do something. So therefore, wait a minute. Huh. You know? And I was going to say something. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? I can't remember at the moment, but that's okay. But, yeah, just remember that no matter your current circumstances, you deserve to feel happy, and meaning have these positive feelings. And for me, the more that I learn and incorporate about the brain, it's like I'm creating a new world for myself. And I think he was talking about focus and how, you can start with 5 minutes, you can start with 1 minute. That was another thing they said too, is like small steps don't only matter, but they're like the key. You can't do, you technically can, but you can't sustainably and responsibly do, let's say, 100 push-ups every day before you can do one every day. So it's just, I'm trying to think of what I forgot, what's not coming to me at the moment. But regardless, now I'm going to do my yoga, which right now is just checking in, doing the sun salutation and doing the affirmations. But yeah, it's really exciting when you can start being able to dream again, I guess. And I'm reminding my parts that, like, the brain will always go to the most familiar. Like, it will naturally go towards the most familiar. So our job is to make the familiar unfamiliar, if that's not what we want, and the unfamiliar familiar. So yeah, I'll think of what it I'll think of what it was, because I'm sure it was really good. I'm just being funny, but anyway, okay, love you guys.